All right, starting live. We're going to wait just a minute and see who comes on. But while you're jumping on, let me just ask you a couple questions. If you're on already, until we wait for a couple more. Hey, Sherry, I see that she's on. If you're on, just go ahead and type in the comments below while we're waiting for other people to just tell me what you've done this weekend that maybe was extra special, something you totally enjoyed about your weekend. I would absolutely love to hear what you have to say as everybody is jumping on. Hey, Tanya from Pennsylvania. Hey, Beverly from North Carolina. Man, I'm glad you're on. This is awesome. Karen Ward, we have been connecting via Messenger on Facebook. So good that you're watching here. And while we're waiting for a couple more to jump on, in the comments below, just type what you did this weekend that was incredible. I have some incredible news about my weekend. If you haven't seen on Facebook or heard the great news, hey, Priscilla and Kathy, so glad you all are on. So we've got people from North Carolina, Indiana, New Hampshire, from Ohio. This is so awesome. What did you all do this weekend that was so great? I'll tell you what I did. Hey, Joannie, I'm so glad you're here. She started testing the live stream for her iCampus. So the church in New England, they have an iCampus, which is super, super cool. And they're doing everything that they can to engage the social media and broaden their reach in their church. And I think it's a great thing. So Joannie, thanks so much for doing that. My weekend was absolutely incredible. On Thursday night, my daughter-in-law Jenny went to the hospital with a lot of contractions and a lot of pain. And by 2:02 Friday morning, bless her heart, in the middle of the night, she had our new grandbaby, Bo Haddon Humphrey, arrived on the scene, a whopping 7 pounds, 10 ounces of cuteness. He is adorable. So Kent and I jumped in the car early Friday morning and deadheaded it to Ohio so that we could see our new grandbaby. It was so awesome. He is so precious. Looks like his brother Harrison. And thank you for the congratulations. I appreciate that so much. So Kent and I ended up spending the weekend watching Harrison, which was so much fun to continue to connect with him and just see his sweet spirit and his heart for God. Just so sweet. Like, he just is so tender. And it's just neat to see. So we've got the next generation of Humphreys coming up, and I am praying the blood of Jesus over them and covering them with prayer that they will do great and mighty things for the kingdom of God. So that's what my weekend was. So what about you? What was your weekend like? Just type it in the comments so when this is over, I can connect with you a little bit more on your weekend and what happened in your life. I know you probably didn't experience a grandbaby, but you experienced something wonderful, I'm so sure. We are 10 days out from Thanksgiving, and I know I've seen a lot of posts of 30 days in November, what I'm thankful for, and then, oh my goodness, I got to catch up. I have 7 days to catch up on what I'm thankful for. And it's the time of the year that we do talk a lot about giving thanks. And I remember in elementary school being the Pilgrims and the Indians and making the headdress and wearing that. Heather Farnham, I'm so glad you're on. This is awesome. But I remember talking about in school about giving thanks, how the Pilgrims gave thanks to the Lord for what he had given them. And it is definitely a month of Thanksgiving. And I think sometimes we get casual about it. We put signs up in our house that say things like, be grateful, give thanks, Thanksgiving, that kind of stuff. And on the day, Nadine Tubb from Texas has just jumped on. I am so thrilled to see your name there, Nadine. I miss you so, so much. That is one godly woman right there who lives what she believes and lives it out loud for Jesus and has been an encouragement to me. I'm so thankful for you, Nadine. we're going to talk about thankfulness tonight. I just feel like God's been burdening me. I have so much to be thankful for, with 2 healthy, gorgeous baby grandbabies that I can love and enjoy, and a great son and daughter-in-law and a beautiful daughter. And this last month, Emily actually moved out on her own, so Kent and I are empty nests. And I told him I did not like that term, empty nest, that it was very negative, and I felt very sad and very blah. I was not ready to let Emily go, and just started thinking all the more about what my mom went through, because I was 19 when I got married, and I didn't move 20 minutes away. I moved 9 hours away, and I was asking her how she felt about it. And she said that she had a really, really rough time, and she cried. I never knew that. I never knew that her struggle was so great because she was so strong for me. And now that I'm experiencing this, I know. So God's just been dealing with my heart about thankfulness, and in my devotions this past week, how to live thankful and be grateful, and reminding me of that kid story from Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go. And I did preach a message on that one time. The places you'll go, if you let your mind go certain negative places, man, it will destroy you. And so he reminded me of that when I was thinking about Emily moving out, and my mind was just going all kinds of places. Man, my cousin Virginia is on, and my friend Fawn from Pennsylvania is on. This is so fun. So I want to just challenge you about the places you go in your mind, and let's get a different perspective. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, give thanks in all circumstances. 1 Chronicles 16:34, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. And we know that. We know that he's good. We know that his love endures. We say that we're thankful, but do we really have an attitude of thankfulness and gratefulness? And when people look at our lives, do they think, man, that is one grateful person? And I want that for my life. I want people to look and see that I'm grateful. 1 Chronicles 16:8-11, huge verse for me. Give thanks to the Lord, proclaim his name, make known among the nations what he has done. Sing to him, sing praise to him, tell of his wonderful acts. Glory in his holy name. Let the hearts of those who seek the Lord rejoice. Look to the Lord and his strength. Seek his face always. And it was like God was reminding me, you need to look to me in the times that are uncertain in every circumstance. And I started thinking, instead of being in the mully grubs, you know what the mully grubs are? The mully grubs are, woe is me, blah, you're in this funk, you're ill, you're grumpy. My father-in-law says you got your panties in a wad. It's just a blah kind of a day. And I was feeling that way for so long. And instead, I started changing the way that I was thinking and my perspective, because the places I could go in my mind with my daughter moving out and being on her own, she's strong, she is courageous, she is independent, but this is a mean world. This is a cruel world, and I was worried about those things. So instead of focusing on the negative of what it could be, start focusing on the good. God, thank you that Emily is strong and courageous. Thank you that she loves you and has a relationship with you, and you are her protector, not me. And whatever it is in your life that you're going through, maybe you don't have the job that you thought that you would have. God, I thank you that I have a job that provides for my family until you open the doors for me to have the job that I long for. Or God, I'm not at the point in my health that I want to be. But God, I thank you for another day, and I thank you that I am healthy. The places that we can go in our mind, we can only change that. Jeannie Mayo is an incredible woman in my life. She's a youth pastor. She's in Atlanta, Georgia right now, and I went through her cadre And she wrote this book, Genieisms. If you want to get it, you can get on probably Amazon and on Youth Leaders Coach and get it. It is full of great nuggets of quotes. And she says you can never change your own emotions, but you can change your thinking. And your thinking will always change your emotions. So if you're struggling, if you're in the mully grubs, if you're ill-tempered right now or grumpy, just begin to change your thinking and be thankful. Thank God for his faithfulness and his love and his hope. I have a really dear friend that I've been praying and praying and praying for healing, and questioning God, why not yet? Why not yet? And just began to thank God that I know he's going to heal her. Thank God that she has another day that she can live and she can encourage me and many, many others. There's a way that we can change because God has plans for us, and his plans are for good. And even in the bad circumstances, even in the struggles, he's working it out for his good and for our glory. So the next 10 days, I pray that it's just the beginning of something incredible for you as you begin to change your perspective and go the right places in your mind. When you wake up in the morning, I don't know about you, I don't wake up super happy and jumping out of bed. The joy of the Lord is my strength. This is a great day. I have to tell myself those things and challenge myself that way. I wake up counting how many hours of sleep that I had, because sleep is few. As I'm getting older, sleep seems to be less. So I start getting grumbly that, I only had 5 hours of sleep. And instead of that, God, thank you for the 5 hours I had, and help me to have a great day in you. Thank you that I have breath in my lungs. Thank you that I can be an influence in this world for Jesus. And I just wanted to challenge you, because I know for myself, I have so much to be grateful for. And this grandbaby has just turned my world upside down once again in such a beautiful way. But it's also reminding me that I do get in a slump, and that I do not always have a grateful heart like I want to have. So I just wanted to challenge you in that. Thank you all for your comments. Priscilla, I know sleep is tough for you too. Priscilla and I both have the same issue with an autoimmune disease, and it just kind of makes it a little bit tough. But together we can encourage one another and give each other some tidbits of what might be good. Sabina from Ohio jumped on, and I saw Patty and Sharon and a couple other different, Joni Terry is on. Have not seen you in forever. This is so exciting to be connecting with women that are just like me, just living life and wanting to do the best that we can do for the cause of Christ. And so with that, I want to encourage you on a couple things. I want to encourage you to go over to Influence Conference Community. It's a Facebook page that you will join. And when you join that page, we're getting ready to launch a podcast. We're going to do a monthly podcast from that page. And my dear friend Priscilla Baez is going to host the podcast along with me. And we are going to interview women from all over the country. So you might be getting a call from us saying, hey, next month we would love to interview you. Our goal is the month of November and December, kind of trying to kick out the kinks and get it ready so we can really launch in January of 2018. And every month we'll be doing a podcast. And in that podcast, I feel God just wanting me to do three things with you. Encourage you, because that is my heart, is encouragement. To empower you, to be the influencer that God has called you to be, to bring other women alongside of you who are living life and being an influence in such a great way. And so to encourage you, empower you, and to equip you, to give you tools to influence and to open and broaden your sphere of influence. And that's what I would absolutely love to do with you. So Priscilla is going to join me. She's going to be in New Hampshire, and I'm here in Tennessee. And then we're going to grab people from all over the country and do a couple interviews with you. I'm super excited about what God has. So jump on Influence Conference Community. Join that. Priscilla has put the link in these comments. So make sure that you go and join that, and we'll be letting you know when that's happening Thursday night. Actually, the first podcast, we know when it's happening. It's happening this Thursday night at 6 o'clock Standard Time, Central Standard Time, and 7 o'clock Eastern Time. So wherever you are in the world, you might be on Pacific Time, just know it's happening at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And join us. It's a dream that God has placed, another dream that is coming to fruition, and I'm so very excited about that. And I love you all more than you know. I wanted to give you a little bit of a tidbit of a book that I read several years ago, The 4-8 Principle. And if you're struggling with your mindset, if you're struggling with your attitude, and God's just really convicted you through the verses that I read and the encouragement that I gave you, go get this book. It is an incredible book that you'll just be glad you read. I've read it several times, and I've highlighted it like crazy, as you can see, and I go back to it over and over again because it helps me change my mindset. And it's so easy to get a negative, judgmental, mean-spirited mindset in the world that we live in. But greater is He that's in us than he that's in the world. And I'm so thankful for that. Laura Harper, thanks for jumping on. My goodness, this is so cool. It's like my worlds are colliding from all over the country right here on Facebook Live, and I couldn't be happier than that. I hope you all have a great Monday night. In the comments below, I asked you earlier to write one thing that happened this weekend that was great for you. And now write something that you're thankful for, something that maybe God has put in your heart while you've been watching this. God, I just want to be more in tune with you and more grateful for what you've done. Hi, Sheila from Ohio. I love you, girl. Pray for you often. Had the honor and the privilege to be with Sheila in the last moments of her mom's life. Her beautiful mother passed away several years ago, and just so sweet to be with Sheila. She's an incredible woman, raising 3 children, and I'm just so thankful that she's a part of my life and that she's on here. Thanks for joining in, Sheila. I love you, girl. Write down some things that you're thankful for. And as a reminder, write them on a note, on a Post-it note, and put it on your refrigerator or on your mirror, on your computer. Maybe make it the screensaver on your phone, just things that you need to remind yourself that you're grateful for. I know tonight I am grateful for breath in my lungs. I am grateful for salvation. I am grateful that Jesus loves me regardless of my mistakes, my good, my bad, and my ugly. He loves me because He created me in His image. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share with you, for you jumping on. I love you all so very, very much. And grateful for my new grandbaby, Bo Haddon. And Harrison Dawes is looking so much bigger now that Bo's in the world. And it's just sweet to be a grandma and pass on the love of Jesus to the next generation. I hope you all have a great night. I don't want to get off because I'm loving that you're on here. Hey, Tammy from Ohio. Sherry, you're right. The 4-8 principle, it's the way to go. Think on these things that are lovely. I appreciate your comments, and I'm going to be looking at every one of them. And we'll see you Thursday night on Influence Conference community page. Make sure you join that. Join me and Priscilla Baez, and we're going to have a great time. You're going to have fun. I know that. Priscilla is a hoot, and you're going to enjoy meeting her and my other friends, and be waiting for a phone call. We might be calling you. Joannie, I can't wait too. You all have a great night, and I pray God's greatest blessings upon you this holiday season. More than anything, I pray that you will be the influence in our world that God is calling you to be, and that people's lives will be changed because you were in it. I love you guys. Have a great night, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.